Desta Haile Selassie, a disabled with chronic illness, was displaced from Maykadra, Western Tigray, and now shelters in Maiweni School, Mekelle. He says he is a stroke patient with blood pressure and unable to move even to his toilet.
I
have chronic illness of stroke and hypertension. I can't even move to use toilet. I use bench toilet. It is my wife who is suffering to dispose my wastes.
He states it has been 3 years since he left home and started living in the IDP's camp, adding he endured starvation, uncomfortable environment and disease in the camp.
We're living in the worst condition, enduring hunger, uncleanness and disease.
The disabled reiterated the suspension of humanitarian aid instead of holding perpetrators accountable has worsened his situation while residing in the IDP's camp.
It has been 5 months since we received any humanitarian relief. Every displaced person is knocking on the floor of households, asking for food along the streets. The decision is distressing. Investigation had to underway parallel to granting humanitarian aid. WFP has passed wrong decision.
The IDP firmly asks the resumption of humanitarian aid.
At this moment, we need food and medicine badly. The camp comprises chronic illness patients, elders, children, pregnant and lactating women, so we need emergency response to save our lives.
He finally pleaded stakeholders and international community to return them to their homes by withdrawing occupants from their areas.
I urge the stakeholders to the peace agreement to return us home by withdrawing occupants from our territory.
Farmers in Ofla, southern Tigray say the Amhara illegal forces are grabbing their fertilizers that have been offered by humanitarian agencies. They also say farmers are being taken into custody in order not to run agricultural activities during summer.
Lots of Tigrayan farmers are being interrogated and imprisoned for where and why they bring the fertilizers that have been granted in Macho by humanitarian agencies. The vigilante grabbed the fertilizers of the farmers, while the government and humanitarian agencies are donating food aid and fertilizers to ensure the food security and alleviate challenges. The occupants are working to serve us and grabbing the wheat and fertilizers. The one who possesses the wheat and fertilizers is being taken into custody. The Amhara Special Forces and polices are threatening the people, saying, "Why do we travel to Macho?" The people are under pressure and imprisonment. In Mankar vicinity in particular, a minibus full of passengers has been stranded, snatching the identification card of the passengers. They unloaded and confiscated the fertilizers. When we were traveling, carrying the fertilizers on our truck, we hid it nearby. When we heard the truck ahead of us was stranded and confiscated.
Administrator of Ofla district Yamana Kiflemariam and head of economic sector of the district Haftu Kalali say the Amhara illegal forces are imposing farmers to stop agricultural activities by grabbing donated fertilizers, imprisoning and torturing. They are detaining farmers. The forces are saying, "Why we go to Macho to bring fertilizers? Why don't we live in destitute?" More than 70 farmers have been imprisoned the previous night. They grabbed the fertilizers and are in police station. Certainly, the fertilizer will be distributed to the occupants. The current challenge we're facing is the big imprisonment and chasing after vicinities of Ofla farmers who took fertilizer from this. The farmers, the administrator and the head of the economic sector plead the Tigray Interim Regional Administration and federal government to undertake their responsibilities in returning IDPs to their homes and full implementation of Pretoria Agreement. Taking this into account, the government should take strong measures to the illegal forces that are in checkpoints, exposing the people of Tigray to suffer. Had the Pretoria Agreement been implemented fully, everything would have been proper. Now we're heading to complexity.
ውዕሊ ፕሪቶሪያ መሰረት ምግባር ዝምልከቶ አካል
According to the Pretoria Agreement, concerned bodies should intervene to address the situation. We've done nothing but distributing fertilizers.